Hello and welcome to the Guy Coffee podcast for the DC20 Unlocked series, brought to you by DriveCentric. For more information or to get signed up for the next DC20 event, go to drivecentric.com. Let's brew! He is excited to be here with us. We can't wait to be brewing with each and every one of you today. But you know what it is that you got to do. If you can see us now, go ahead and tag a pal, tag a car guy, and tag a car gal, and share.
Get this out there because we have a solutionary in the building. We just got some time together with him while we were at the last DC20 over at DriveCentric's headquarters back in March, beginning of this month. And man, it was a great time, great experience. We were just having conversation right before we went live, and he was telling me that he's already implemented some things that he learned there inside his store, and he's seeing already improvements. So that's pretty massive. That just shows you the power of and influence that type of event has when you can get together all the power users and they share ideas and different tactics. And then you bring in some great vendors that are there to actually help. It makes it all mixed together so well, and it gives you such a perfect cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying?
It really helps to unlock the flavor of the things that are packed into what it is that we actually get to put inside of our cup and to drink up. See, folks, when you go to those events, when you go to conventions, when you go to masterminds, whatever it is, it's really not just a social hour, although it's really important that you do build relationships, you do get out of your bubble and you meet people and you build those connections that it takes for you to be able to go to the next level yourself, and also for you to help others to go to the next level too. But it's very important that what it is that you put inside of your swag bag, you get home and you brew some solutions with, and you make sure that you're actually moving your business forward by implementing some of the things that some of the great people took their time to come to contribute, whether they were speaking on a stage or they were just contributing at a breakout session at a table with you. Those notes shouldn't stay locked inside of your binders, folks. They should be taken to your people and put into practice. And we are excited that we have somebody that's bringing it like a true solutionary does, explaining what it is that they're activating when they do get to their stores, and just talking about how awesome it is to come to the events that we get the chance to team up with at the DC20 Unlocked events. It is somewhat of a unfair advantage.
It really is, and it's exciting to see what happens at these events. We got a great dealer, a great operator down here right now, Mr. Tony Lucas. And our good friend, man, a brother of mine now, somebody that I absolutely love. I know he sees the power of what DriveCentric does right now, and I know he can't wait to be able to get his hands on that type of power to be able to help his dealership too. But I'm glad you're here, Tony. Appreciate you always coming in, tuning in, and being such a supporter of what Guy Coffee and a Certified Solutionary is all about. Yes, and I know there's going to be days that we're going to be working even tighter together on this project together. So love you, brother. We also got our good friend, Braden. That's right. True Solutionary out there doing some big things. He is an example of what's happening. Just recently got donned the solutionary flight coat, right? The bomber jacket. He's out there making things happen because he is the bomb, right? He's out there flying with other solutionaries. One of the few inside that club, man. So we appreciate you.
Both rocking fly jackets.
Both those guys are.
That means that they know how to unlock swagger mode themselves, just like our friends over at DC20. But with that, we want to go ahead and make sure that we get this party started the right way, everybody. So you have to help us to make welcome an incredible individual that we are honored to be brewing solutions with today for this DC20 Unlocked series. For you, make sure that you get in here, show him some love, and help make welcome the one,
the only Lee Andrews.
Welcome to the party, brother.
What's going on, guys? How are y'all?
Oh, dude, blessed and excited. So much stuff going on right now. I'm going to throw a little love over at the Hive Analytics. We are currently in the middle of a great campaign for 40 slightly under 40 right now. Lou and I are both in the nominations. We actually did already win. We're both on the list of the 40 slightly under 40 list. So we did make it. So high five on that. Hey, congratulations to you. We made the award. We didn't quite make the 40 under 40, but we made the Hive Analytics 40 slightly over 40 list. But they're doing something fun right now. I don't know if you've seen this, Lee, but they're doing a bracket competition. So they're taking the 40 finalists and they put them into brackets going heads up with each other week by week. We are on week 3. The first week, Lou and I both got a bye because we had a great amount of nominations. Thank you all for the votes and the kind love that you threw at us. Second week, we came in and we did really well. This week's been tighter for both of us. It's like I'm neck to neck with somebody. 50-50. Lou is a little behind right now, but he is gaining and he's getting some traction. So everyone watching this right now, I got to tell you, please go to LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, If you're not, go create an account.
Great one.
It's a great place to be anyway. That's where it started. My whole inspiration on what I'm doing today was LinkedIn and all the people on it. But go there and vote for Lou Ramirez. Go to Hive Analytics. Go do their thing. If you don't know the links, reach out to us. We need your help.
We do.
And I'm telling you, right after I'm done with the show today, I'm going to record another video for you all. I got another dance video coming. I know Lou's got some ideas coming. We're going to bring some fun. So go vote because we got some fun things. But folks, we got something even more fun than that, Lou. We have Lee Andrews in the building. We got the solutionary who's doing some big things. Folks, get ready for this. Make sure you share this out. But Lee, you ready for this, my friend?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Ty's saying, all right,
Ty says, let's go. All right, so let's go with it, man. Welcome, brother. Tell everybody a little bit more about your background. I put your bio inside the description, but tell everybody a little bit more from your words.
Been in the business, this is 24 years. Been North Louisiana, Central Mississippi, around the Jackson metro area. And I've been at the store I'm at now, a smaller store kind of outside of the Jackson metro for right at a year, just a hair over a year now. And this store, when I got here, was like a lot of stores around the country, had a little process evaporation thanks to COVID. Things got easy, sales got easy, and people lost their way a little bit. And we've worked hard over the last year to bring that back in and do things the right way. And we're really seeing some good results. So
I love that. And I love that you're in the South, man. And I can hear it in the accent.
You tell?
I can tell a little bit. We're in Kentucky. I've had the blessing to go to Mississippi, Alabama, and a few other southern states, in Louisiana, of course, to do a lot of fun sales, get to meet the people, the economy. It's a different place. It really is. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But there's some really great car people out there. I've met some really great ones because it's more work than the average dealership. I believe. You guys are doing some amazing things. But no, excited to have you in here. I know that you've been married for many years now, and you also have a couple smart children, but you have 2 dumb dogs, you say, right? So,
they're just I've got a husky and an English bulldog, and they're sweet and they're cute, but golly, they better be glad because they're not built for survival, my friend. They're not bright. Yeah.
I love it.
That's hilarious.
I love
it. Speaking of not bright, it would definitely be the ones that do spend the time, spend the effort, spend just the energy it takes to be able to go to an event where you're rubbing elbows with a bunch of other professionals and you're learning new things and there's great information getting out there. But then when you get home, that excited fire gets flickered out. You back to the store and kind of get washed out of new ideas because you go back into the regular rigmarole or the regular ruts that we tend to go in. What is it that you did to be able to go back to your store to make sure that spark, that fire, that bright light didn't go out once you got back to your dealership?
It's like you say, the tendency is you go to something like this, some event, you spend a couple of days, and it's like drinking from a fire hose. You get a lot of information and you get a lot of great ideas, and you come back home and you try to reinvent the wheel. You got to eat the elephant one bite at a time. It's like the Rockefeller habits. You got to have your priority list and what's first on the priority list. And I spent some time making some notes and coming home and going, okay, these are the things I want to do. What do I want to do? What do I think will have the biggest impact on this store? And you pick that out and you implement that. And then week 2, you implement something else. You can't come home and run around like a chicken with your head cut off and tell your guys, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, even because your excitement is going to wane, but your processes have to remain. You got to get in there and keep that process evaporation from happening and keep from being overwhelmed. You got to just pick a thing and do it well, and then add another, and then add another. It's no different than when you started selling cars. Give you the 10 steps, and they all seem daunting at first, but now they're just automatic because you got that meet and greet down, so you can move on to building the rapport, investigating.
That's it.
It's no different.
Amen to that. Lee, you said some really amazing stuff right there.
And making it run.
And he's so right. Like he did. He's right on it.
That, Lou. I did it for you, baby.
You fit right in, Lee, right? You understand. You are a true solutionary.
I listened to the podcast, so I
appreciate
how to dish it out.
And you all should too, right? So that being said, I love what you said there because a lot of times when we come back as leaders, we do get excited, but because we got all that injection of just fun and inspiration and all these great ideas. So we're inspired to do it all. But a lot of times the staff was there working and they see you come back and they're like,
I was St. Louis.
Another trip.
Yeah.
Now, I love that you said that. The key is not to overwhelm them with too much at once, because if you could get one thing to work, then they'll do the next. But if we hit them with 5 things, it's hard enough to get one thing to go because they have too many things going on. We're human beings, and we need that room to be able to grow and get some experience and see that it actually did happen. And then, you know what? It's going to be even easier on the next one. And I love that you're like that. Holding people accountable is the key on that, is doing it consistently and keeping that energy high. One thing you said before the show also is that on the next event, you're going to send some other people on the team to go there. Correct. People that are going to be those ones that saw you come back and be like, really, this is all this? Wow, it's a lot of changes. But now they can go and understand. And I think that's a great thing. DC20 allows that. What I love about DriveCentric and what they're doing, Lou, and I know you agree, is that they do a great job of making every one of their events different. What I mean by that is that it's a different topic. It's a different idea, different speakers. You come in and you get a chance to bring in you could bring general managers and owners one meeting. The next meeting is going to be more for marketing and for people in that realm. And then you got the next one could be more for like literally a BDC team, right? Or a team of people on calls. Whatever it is, they're going to design it to make it where you can be the owner and be there, and I encourage, but you can also send team members so they can get the same injection of fun and inspiration to bring back themselves. Now they see why you're so excited about what you just talked about and what you're bringing to the dealership. I love that. And they see the vision. They said they need to see the vision as well, the Facebook user here. I see this Facebook user. I know it's Audrey. I want to say hello.
What's up, Audrey?
You know what's going on. God bless you. It's good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. And they need to see the vision as well. I do agree. And it's what we need to do. Vision really helps people really believe even more, especially when we're sitting here as generals trying to get our troops to go forge into this war. We need to make sure that they see why they're doing it, and it's good. So I'm glad that you understand that, brother.
Heck yeah. And I don't agree. I totally agree. That's exactly what it is that should be. It is the hope of us all, is that we can come back and be able to pour out some of that fire. But being strategic about it is key. So with that, you took some notes from you last time that you were at DC20. And the reason why it is so important that you do that is because there are super users. It's not just people that have bought the technology and said, hey, everybody go use it. That's why they do mix it up so much, is because they want to connect the super users, those that know how to get in there and have all the cool cheat codes to be able to do what it is that maximizes your opportunity with each customer. What were a couple of the key takeaways that you had at this last DC20 that you went and implemented since we've been back?
The things that really stuck with me were some of the pricing strategies we talked about with used cars. And I think it was Sean that talked about it. I'm not with Dealer Alchemy. It may not have been him. I really can't remember. But who said it doesn't matter as much as the fact that I got to be a thief and I got to steal it and take it home. And that's what we did first. Flew back in on Friday. Saturday, I got back in the office and immediately start repricing cars with a little different strategy in mind, and have already seen results from it, already seen an uptick in activity from it. Some of the other stuff, some of the not the breakout session guys, but Tito Suave, he was really entertaining and just blew up. And I'm trying to use that to encourage some of my guys to go a little above and beyond, not just, hey, Mr. Customer, leave from ABC Motors and here's your car and here's me and come see me buy a car, but something a little more entertaining and a little more branding. I'm trying to think, there was one other big thing that, the Glenn Lundy, man, the 800%, that step-by-step replaced today what you sold yesterday. If you sold it, you probably got, the other strategy we've implemented on our used car side. So those are probably the big three things that we're starting with. But like I said, luckily Audrey sent out the slide deck. She sent out the videos of the main speakers in the atrium. So there's that I'll dig back into as time goes on and find more things, find more jewels to pluck out of there and implement and be successful with them.
That's right. Let's shout out to Audrey, by the way. She is doing such a great job. She's been taking more and more of a role on with these types of events. Matter of fact, this is her role now. I love that. She's taking over the role that an amazing solutionary, Jenna, she is moving on to sales now. She's still doing some support here because she has a passion about it. But I'm telling you, Audrey's a great person to have in that position. She really has a lot of passion for what she does. I'm excited. Eventually, we're going to get her on the show. We've been bugging her about it. She's like, well, one day. So we'll get her on the show. Maybe if enough of us bug her to come on, she'll come on the show one day. Shout out to her. And you're so right. I love that they send those transcripts later so you can look at everybody's slide decks, see what they talked about, get a little reminder if you did miss a note, or maybe more clarification on something that you did see. Because sometimes they get through those and they skip a couple because they only crunched on so much time and they dug so deep into one little spot for a moment. So it's good to see what they were trying to do. And then you get a little bit better grasp on what they're saying. So kudos to you for actually taking those and utilizing them and actually making that part of the plan of what you do. And you guys get those every event that you go to. That's so amazing. That being said, brother, you're showing a lot of things. You're giving some really great tips to a lot of our users and a lot of the viewers that are watching this right now. Go out there and get these things, take these notes, all this information that's given to you. It's valuable information, whether you're going to implement it or not. Read it and understand it. And then it'll help you understand what you're doing a little bit more, and maybe be able to speak it to your team a little bit easier too. Because maybe they said it a way that goes, oh, that's what I mean. They just said it a cooler way. And that's like a lot of times what happens. It's, oh, damn. It's exactly that's what I've been saying, just differently.
The whole time.
I just say it differently. It's good that you get that and you understand that. You're giving some really good tips right here, folks. I really hope you guys are writing this down, or at least taking mental note of what he's saying here. So if you do plan on going to an event and getting education, these are great tips. Make sure you guys get this information, share it with your team, inspire others to go, send others to go, let them get inspired. And you'll see that your team is going to rally around you. We are as strong as our weakest link, and we have to make sure the weakest link is as tight as we can make it. So I love that you're doing that. That's very proactive, not reactive. That's massive.
Absolutely. I use that phrase a lot around here. Be proactive, not reactive. You're not a hockey goalie, you're a forward. Let's go.
Amen. Lou and I preach that to all our staffs that we work with. We're very good at being reactive, but reactive only does so much. Eventually, if it's a stressful way of living.
Yes.
Being proactive takes away so much of that stress, and it alleviates the wall. It knocks that wall of trust, that wall of untrust down so much faster if you are able to have it this way. And I love that you're looking at it that way. DriveCentric is very forward thinking. I know you've been with them for a while. How long have you guys been working with them, and what made you guys switch to DriveCentric?
Okay. So the store I was at previously for 10 years, I was the GSM there. We were one of the first dealers on DriveCentric back 7-8 years ago. I don't know. I can't even remember how long ago it was. It's been probably in the neighborhood of 8 years. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, we were so early that Dave and Ross and Steve all came to our launch. Like the CEO was in our dealership to launch the product. That's how early we were. And we used it for years. And then when I left there and came here, like I said, about a year ago, we were on a different, far inferior CRM that shall remain unnamed, that I hated. I couldn't stand. It felt like I had a brick wall that I couldn't see through. And Ford partnered with DriveCentric in fourth quarter last year, and it became one of the approved vendors for co-op, et cetera. And as soon as our Ford Direct rep even whispered half the name, I'm like, we're in, get me a demo. The GM's got to see this. Everybody else has got to see this. This is where we're going. Unless it costs $1 gazillion, which it doesn't, then that's where we're going. And everybody loved it. We started, our launch date was January 2nd or 3rd. So we've been on it 2.5 months, and we're already seeing an uptick in activity, uptick in results, a lot more engagement with the customers, a lot more satisfaction from the salespeople. They spend most of their day in DriveCentric, in the CRM, whereas before the CRM was just a tool. It was just there. It was what you had to use to sell a car instead of what you used to be engaged with a customer.
Go.
So true. That is one of the biggest characteristics of DriveCentric that we've seen across the board, is that users want to use it. Sales pros want to use it. Managers understand how to use it and use it effectively.
That's right.
The entire understanding that, yes, the car business has been very much reactive to the market, reactive to the actual customers having to come knock on the doors, as we've recognized that they don't knock on as many doors as they used to anymore. They don't visit as many dealerships as they used to anymore. And that we have to create our market with the people who said they wanted to do business with us. That's the only way they got into the CRM, is one way or another. They said they were interested in something that we actually have. And that's an easy conversation to have, and just to keep working and nurturing over time. The tools that are inside of DriveCentric CRM is other level thinking. They use so much technology that brings you to today, right?
Yeah, I was on it so long before that when I came off of it and then was having to use an inferior product, it was like going back in time. It was like, forget about streaming. We've got these VHS cassettes for you to watch. It was just, I was amazed. I was amazed at how bad it was. I really was. Like, I was just living in a different world. And the biggest thing with DriveCentric is, especially from a manager's point of view, you know what's going on in your store. You see what's going on. It's like having a 30,000-foot view of your store all the time. You can see what your salespeople are saying to your customers. You can see what your customers are saying to your salespeople. It's all right there. It's you will work more, but you will work way more efficiently and effectively with DriveCentric than you will with any other CRM out there. It puts the tools in your hands to close car deals, to make sure less falls through the cracks. Something's always going to fall through the cracks, but a whole lot less falls through the cracks with DriveCentric than anything else.
That's so true. And
wow.
In contrast of the 30,000 foot view is also the 3 millisecond, the smallest of measurement view you can take too, right? You can get,
well, you can drill all the way down.
In there, right? You can get so deep inside of the information that you're looking for, create the best reports, and really quick, like a video game. But it also makes our salespeople sound smarter, which is good because we don't always hire the best typists inside of the business. Usually car guys and car gals are great with their words, speaking to a person, but I know I need a lot of help inside of my actual editing of my words that come out. How much of a relief is it for you and for managers being able to know that your sales pros have a tool in their hand that helps them just sound just a hair more professional and empathetic at the same time?
So yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I didn't quite realize we had the chat deal with, like you're talking about, that will help them write emails and stuff. And I saw a couple of emails going out, and I'm like, where in the world did this salesperson come up with this email? Because there's no way on God's green earth that this guy knows these words. It's like, this is sound like him. And what did you do? So I just hit that little chat thing, and it just did it for me. Like, okay, let's keep it up. Keep up good work, because that dude's way smarter than you.
From now on, you use that button.
Always use that.
All the time.
It's so important because it will make sure that the punctuation's correct, that with capital letters where they're supposed to be. You could even tell it what kind of tone you want it to be. Hey, I want it to be more excited or whatever. It's if you use that tool correctly, it saves you a lot of time. It makes it easy. Now, I'm not trying to say it's going to make anyone lazy or nothing like that. No, it's the fact that they're using it makes me think they're not lazy, that they're actually using what's in front of them. Be creative and use your resources. And when you have resources like that to make your job easier, use it. Then you have more time to do other things.
It's PEDs for the sales department.
And I love it. I love it. They do a great job. DriveCentric is killing it like that. What I love is that for new sales pros, it feels familiar. When you get in there, it's very social media feel, right? And I like that, the way that the stories are almost like where you can watch people's videos, and there's so many cool little things that make it just so user-friendly and so familiar. Like, it's like, how do you use this tool? I don't know. It's just like using social media. It's very similar to that, because you know what it is? It's a social media tool to communicate with your people. You are socially talking to them. It is media that we're passing on through them, whether it's sales information, whether it's a picture of a car, it's a video of you on the lot showing them something amazing, or what their lot looks like, what your desk looks like, whatever it is you want to do, you can do it on there, and you can do it all in one place. Yep. So it's it's a Swiss Army knife for car sales pros to be able to do all these things in one place and be able to communicate with their customers, hold their customers in place, be able to schedule things for their customers and things that they want. I'm blown away by the tool. CRM basically can do that, but this one makes it so friendly that you want to do that. It's like, why not do that? Like, your salesperson that you didn't even realize that tool was available, your salesperson's like, yeah, I just clicked that button. I'm going to send a message. Made it really easy for me. Why not? I have really taken it into heat. Every time I look at stuff, I can't help but, even on my computer now, I'm like, they have this little thing you click, and you click it, and you're like, oh, how much better? That sounds way better than what I was going to write. Let's go for it. So let's do it. Let's clean ourselves up. Let's be better. And that's how you get better. Use these tools. DriveCentric kills it.
Heck yeah. 100%. They definitely unlock the linguist inside of those that are trying to make sure that they do connect right to a customer. But like you said, Fred, they have so many other mediums of media that they can use to be able to help make sure that you're connecting to a customer the way that they want to connect to them. Now, for leaders to create the reports, for leaders to be able to get the data, because we all know that data is king. It is very important that we understand how to speak to what customers, when, where, what customers are getting neglected, what customers do they need a little bit of a different message, what customers have been with us forever that we need to touch base with again and just revive them, because there are still a lot of people that are still COVID caved up. They're still not in the market yet and holding on to those rides, still not liking the way they've seen inflation happen, and they're still also not wanting to deal with the market because they stepped out right as everything seemed so good for us, and it wasn't really good for the buyer that knew what a deal looked like.
Right.
Those people are still inside the databases of our dealerships. What is it that you're seeing as far as the strategies that managers are using to make sure that they do target the right customers at the right time?
They have the new software, the AIM software, that is going to do some data mining for you. We're actually going to launch that come April 1st. So I've seen the demo. It looks amazing. There are other products out there similar. I say there's nothing really similar. There are other products dealers can use, like Auto Alert and things of that nature, where you can, but it's a manual shovel instead of a jackhammer. This thing just goes automatically, and the AI mines your database for you. But you got to be proactive and keep your people on a normal schedule as far as a consistency, touching the customers. Talk to them every 3 months, 6 months, whatever. You're right. There are still some people out there that are still scared. They're scared of the interest rates. They were scared because they can't, like you say, they stuck their head out and everything's sticker and there are no cars out there. And now that there's cars out there, the interest rates are high for what they think. Although us have been in the business for a long time know that it's just cyclical, and we've seen this before. But you're going to have to be proactive. Take those orphan owners and reassign them. Get your salespeople. What I've got some of my newer salespeople doing is those orphan owners going through and sending them a video of, hey, I'm Lee. I work down here. If your salesperson is no longer here, it puts a face to the name. And it's not just another person calling them every 3 months going, hey, I'm the newest kid on the block and I've been handed this stack of orphan owners. It's another real person on the other end of the line that they can see and hear and have some real communication with, even though it's a one-way video.
I love that. We have Hollywood Haley in here saying the two dumb dogs got me. Appreciate you, Hollywood Haley, and she is an
rising star. Just turned 20 years old,
yes,
and is not scared to do anything you ask her to do in the automotive industry to make things happen. She's creative. She's fun. She's very confident. I'm excited to see what she does. But Hollywood Haley, it's a perfect name for her. What a great brand to start. And she's out there in El Paso. Shout outs.
But she's talking about the dumb dogs and laughing at that. But folks, we often have some of these old dumb dogs in our business that have been doing things for a while the same old way. And they don't want to change. They don't want to adjust. With those old dogs, I guess we would say that we want to be able to show them new tricks, and we want to be able to give them the same tools that all the cool kids are using. What have you seen has been the actual buy-in that has come from some of the veterans inside of the stores?
It's funny you should mention that. I saw a post earlier from a guy I worked with at the last store who was one of the most fervent users and biggest lovers of the CRM, and he just turned 70. We're talking about he was in his 60s when we got the CRM, and he had been on several over the years. He's been in the car business since literally, I think, 1983, 82. Salesperson, just a hammer of a guy, but he is that guy who never stops learning, never stops growing, and he took to it. Everybody here took to it really well. We've got guys who've been here for 6 months. We got guys who've been here for 20 years in the business, and this is easy. It's very instinctive. It's where do you think that button is? It's right where you would put it if you were making the
man. That's a good spot for it.
Yeah. It's like, how do I do this? How do you think you should do this? Probably click here. Yeah, there it is. It's right where you expect it to be. And I don't know how people build products that aren't that way. Why do you make it more complicated than it is? And DriveCentric doesn't. They make it's just all right there, man. It's just so easy. It's the easy button.
Because it comes from a dealer. You're talking about somebody one that owns a dealership, another one that helped brand dealerships for many years. So they understand like what it takes to get your people to do things. Yes. Most importantly, they understand that things evolve. And if you don't evolve, your software will fall apart and it will just end up not selling anymore. It'll collect dust. No one will want it. Because as long as you're evolving, and I'm sure you've seen it, DriveCentric hasn't rested on its laurels. They've evolved. They've constantly changed things, made it better. They're getting stronger. They keep adding things. They keep bringing more features that make it better for the user and for the clients that they're dealing with. It's exactly what you want inside of a partner, right? When you're dealing with a partner company that's going to help you communicate to your peoples, you want people like this, the ones that are not going to rest on what they did 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Oh, it still works. Yeah, maybe, but no one wants to use it, and it's garbage, and it's hard to find stuff on, and it's just a process. It's just set up so people make certain calls instead of being set up to where people want to use it to communicate.
Right.
That's what we want them to do. Just like they go to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, they want to communicate. They know how to use it. They have fun doing it. They want to do the same thing. They just want to have fun doing it.
Yeah,
Let's put that.
Or you leading them, and then DriveCentric does a good job of leading. And like you say, they haven't rested on their laurels. I saw something right before we got on here, something they added literally last night that's different today than it was yesterday, and it's a good thing. You can send videos from an archive off of your desktop, where before you can do it from the phone, it's hard. You couldn't do it from desktop. So they're always and they listen to us when we give them feedback. They're like, yeah, that's a good idea. We can look into that, and they integrate our ideas. They value their customers' feedback because we're the ones using it day in, day out.
Amen. Yes, they do.
That's right. And you all are the ones that are helping to make sure that it stays fun. They are with you, collaborating to make sure that it stays fun to be something that's used by a 70-year-old or Miss Hollywood Haley. This would be a great tool for your store. You would absolutely kill it, especially with the way that you use video.
We're working on that.
The way that you want to communicate with your customers. It's coming to you soon enough, but it's something that people have fun engaging with. And whether you are the 70-year-old, the 80-year-old inside of the store, you still want to have fun. That's the reason why they're still there, is because they're having fun doing what this business gives us the great honor of doing, is helping people change their life for that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adjust what it is that they're doing in their transportation needs. That's still a very rewarding opportunity for anybody to have, whether you're young or old. But those that have been doing this for many decades do it because it is fun, and tools like DriveCentric help to keep it fun, keep it user friendly, and also show that you can learn some new tricks, which is always what keeps somebody coming back, either to the golf course, back to the pickleball court, or wherever, is to make sure that they do get to activate some of their new tricks, new tools, and new capabilities. What are some of the things that you're excited about at these next DC20s that are coming up? Which one are you going to find yourself at, or going to be joining your crew? Because I know one's going to be up in New York, then in September coming back to St. Louis. When are we going to get to see you again?
I hope to get to one soon. Like I said, the next one, the one in September, I'm probably going to send either my GM or my internet manager out to. He's my assistant as well, just to get a different set of eyes on things. And of course, there'll be different speakers too. Just get everybody out there and involved and bought into it, and get them exposed and get them to meet you guys. And if you're going to be there, which I'm sure you will, and then get them to meet Audrey and Steve and all those wild and crazy guys who work up there in St. Louis. So to get to meet the pod, who we deal with all the time. And that's another thing about this product, the support and the customer service. There's nothing else like it. There's nobody else who has the support that DriveCentric has. It's not even close.
And and that right there is everything that you guys need to hear out there. What he just said at the very end, the support there is the best. Hands down, I can tell you, reach out to your current CRM, tell them a problem you have, and tell me how long it takes for them to respond. I'm going to tell you right now, you do that with this company, it's like instant. Within minutes, they're responding to you live. This is no joke, folks. This is how much that matters to them. They have dedicated pods just for your dealership. They have each one. There's not like one pod's overran. They have a group of dealerships that they work with, and they respond to all of them. And it's not just one person. It's multiple people. Oh, and then they have a whole response team that's in the backside to fix any type of software issues. They are on it. Yep. And I love it because it's not outsourced. It's all in-house at one of the coolest places in the world to freaking work.
For real. Why
do you think their people love to help? This is so cool. I love my job. I love where I'm at. I get to do some cool stuff and work at a really cool place.
Go play some knock hockey.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. And at the end of the day, go hit that beer up. But that being said, they are blessed, but we are blessed to have them in our lives. I know you are, and I'm so glad we had you on a show. Thank you so much today, Lee, for bringing us some great energy, talking about what's great about DC20, what's happening, your career, where you've been, which we appreciate that, man, because it does matter. And, man, you're a rock star, brother, and we appreciate that. Thank you for being the type of leader that does what he does, because a lot of times people get lost in the sauce, and it's cool to see that you have a way and a method to your madness, right? Folks, once again, I hope you guys took some notes. Great show today. We got some really great tips on what to do when you go get education and how to implement it at your store. We talked about great things that are getting implemented right now. We talked about something hot and new that DriveCentric's doing. Man, I'm telling you, we even talked about future DC20s. Right. What a great show this was. Brothers, any last words you want to say to everybody before we get out of here, Lee?
Absolutely. The last thing you need to do is listen to every episode of Guy Coffee Podcast. They've been strong for 4 or 5 years, and some really good stuff. And it's entertaining, and it's like the DC20. It's entertaining and informative, and that's a great combination. It's a killer combination. So I really appreciate it, Fred, Lou. Hope to see you again soon. And if I can ever do anything for you, if you ever get down to Mississippi, hit me up. We'll go grab a beer.
Heck yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh,
we definitely want to catch a brew with you. But we appreciate you for tuning in today, and we appreciate each and every one of you, car guys and car gals, whether you're watching this on the live or you're watching this on the replay or you're listening to it on the podcast. Make sure that you share some love with our incredible guest who understands that this Interbrew is all about the things that help to move automotive forward. And we are so excited that we are teamed up with software companies and people that are moving forward the idea so that we unlock the doors to where it is that we can actually take automotive and the people that are going with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And you have been brewing solutions on this Interbrew for DC20 Unlocked with the one, the only Lee Andrews. And before we go,
you already know
we got to drop those F-bombs on 3. Lee the moves. Put the hands on the shoulders. Let's forgive, focus, fly on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive. Focus, fly, and keep growing. Keep growing.
We will see you soon, everybody.
Yes. Thank you all for joining us. Keep growing, my friends. We love you all. Share this around. For folks that want some more information about what's happening at DriveCentric, go to their website, reach out to us. I promise you we'll get you guys there.